Hi, I'm Erica Windish. I'm with IOpipe. I'm the CTO and co-founder. IOpipe gives you visibility into your Lambda applications, so you can observe what's happening in production, how your application is running, and get metrics. So we talk to a range of users of Lambda. There are users of Lambda that are building things like Slack bots and chat applications, Alexa skills. A lot of users that we talk to, however, especially like the more enterprise users, are doing a lot of like streaming things with Kinesis, image processing, and a lot of like media companies, for instance, that have their content editing pipelines on Lambda. Companies that are putting billing systems on Lambda. A lot of things that are either batch-oriented or ephemeral, that has a lot of burst, where you need to process things, and like 1 minute you might have nothing, and another minute you might have thousands or millions or billions of things happening simultaneously. So before IOpipe, I worked at Docker, and I was working with containers, and I was seeing serverless as being kind of this next big thing, this trend that was going to occur. In fact, I already had my previous company, we had a serverless offering. So I saw direction going this way, so I spoke to, Adam and we spoke to a lot of people that are running Lambda and trying to figure out what their problems were, and monitoring and visibility, observability of their code. Debugging those applications were real big standouts in terms of an unsolved problem in this space, something that users really struggled with. And having been in operations space and doing SRE work for close to a decade and a half myself, I was really interested by monitoring. So all of it really aligned to be a really good fit for us to work on this problem.
Hi, I'm Adam Johnson. I'm the co-founder and CEO of IOpipe. So we have a fully distributed company. So we have 9 people in 7 states right now. We use Slack and Zoom and for video and chat. And because we're fully distributed, we over-communicate everything in text, which really makes distributed works. For us, it works amazingly well, and we can hire great people who are living outside of like the Bay Area or Seattle or New York that want to work for cool cutting-edge startups. So I actually, prior to co-founding IOpipe with Erica, I was in the private cloud space. I was helping companies build on-premise private clouds and doing software-defined networking for them. I started seeing a lot of those companies then shifting towards AWS, and saw like that's kind of where everything is headed, and got really excited about the serverless space. So we went all in on AWS and built a very impressive infrastructure. We run as a SaaS, so we have a bunch of services that we put together as a relatively small team with a very small budget initially. When we weren't funded by a VC, we could build this very enterprise-grade production-worthy service because AWS has all of these pieces that we can glue together, which was awesome for us. So we started out by actually going into Techstars, which is an accelerator. So we did Techstars New York, and we used that as a way to start figuring out what's going on in the market, understanding what the gaps were. And we talked to about 30 or 40 Lambda production users, and we found that overwhelmingly a lot of them had issues with instrumentation and visibility around those serverless applications. We saw that as an opportunity and built tooling for that. We built a prototype, got some users using it, got some good feedback, and we felt like that was the time to get some funding to grow the team and accelerate down that path. So we have a pretty wide range of users. So they go from like the startups who are building new services all serverless, and then they go all the way up to like 100-plus-year-old enterprises who are porting 20-year-old e-commerce applications to serverless, to basically jump from a traditional environment where they're running physical servers in a data center to serverless. So they're looking at where's the future of infrastructure, where's the future of technology and coding 5 years from now. They're seeing serverless, and they're using that to leapfrog a lot of their competitors. So we see a really wide range of companies embracing serverless and IOpipe is basically helping them get into production with those applications. Because we're fully distributed, that's actually one of our secret weapons, because there is a ton of talented people all across the US and other countries even that are not centered in Silicon Valley or other metro areas. And because we are fully distributed, we stand out as one of the top companies that are building cool technology that they can work for, that has a really good environment for working in a remote environment. And that's one of our secret weapons. As we continue in the next year, we'll definitely be growing the team, and that's one of our key strategies.